would have absolutely no part to play in it whatsoever. The way things are structured at the moment, they would make absolutely sure that Harry was kept well away. Dan, people don't understand that there's a distinction between a title and royal rank, but she uses it. Will the king do anything? He has bigger fish to fry.
Lady Colin Campbell. Oh, you know her. She's never been the type to whisper. She doesn't sugarcoat, she doesn't play polite, she drops bombs. And this time, her revelation? It wasn't just scandalous, it was historic. Brace yourself. Prince Harry has been erased from the monarchy's future. Yes, erased. Not pushed aside, not quietly sidelined, wiped out of the royal blueprint altogether. According to Lady C, Harry isn't just out of the room. His name isn't even in the margins anymore. And Meghan? Forget it. She's nowhere near the guest list of the monarchy's survival plan. The Sussexes, once celebrated as the glittering face of a modern monarchy, have been reduced to nothing more than an empty page. And make no mistake, this isn't petty revenge over Oprah interviews, Netflix deals, or even Harry's memoir Spare. No, this is colder, sharper, crueler. This is about survival of the crown itself. And in that calculation, Harry and Meghan aren't assets, they're liabilities. But here's the juicy question. How does a 1,000-year-old institution erase a prince without a single public announcement? You'd expect fireworks, right? A press conference, maybe Charles storming down Buckingham's halls shouting about stripping titles. But no, that's not how the monarchy works. King Charles's weapon of choice? Silence. Lady C calls it loving detachment. Sounds harmless, doesn't it? Almost like therapy. But don't be fooled. In palace politics, silence is a guillotine. Charles doesn't call Harry. He doesn't text Meghan. He doesn't acknowledge their pleas or requests. He doesn't even recognize them. It's brutal. Because in the monarchy, silence is not weakness, it's strategy. Every unanswered phone call, every missing line on an official document, every quiet erasure from the royal website, each one is a deliberate chess move. And while Harry and Meghan wait for dramatic clashes, they're slowly being drowned in something far deadlier: absence. The silence screams louder than any royal decree could. It's not revenge, it's a survival plan. The Sussexes' trail of chaos. To understand why the palace is pulling this move, you have to rewind to Megxit. What started as a step back spiraled into full-blown war. The Oprah interview? A grenade? The Netflix documentary? Another explosion. Harry's memoir? A direct hit at centuries-old royal codes. For centuries, royals lived by one golden rule: never explain, never complain. But Harry and Meghan didn't just break that rule, they smashed it to pieces. Instead of becoming the monarchy's fresh modern duo, they became a brand built on exposing the very institution that gave them their titles. And that to the palace is deadly, because unpredictability is the monarchy's greatest enemy. And Harry and Meghan, they've become walking wildcards. So what happens to liabilities in a monarchy that survives on stability? Simple. They're erased quietly, efficiently, permanently. The secret weapon, residency. Now here's where Lady C's revelation really stings. On paper, Harry is still fifth in line to the throne. His name appears in official documents on the royal website. Technically, he's right there, but Lady C insists it's a hollow technicality. His residency changed everything. Once upon a time, Harry lived in Britain. That mattered. It tied him to the throne, the people, the institution. Now, he's Prince of Montecito, soaking up California sunshine. And with that move, he lost something crucial: his legal domicile in the UK. And here's the bombshell. Without UK residency, Harry can't even be considered for regency or succession. Even if William, God forbid, couldn't take the throne tomorrow, Harry would be legally disqualified. Even his children, raised in America, are cut off. That's not gossip, that's law. Cold, brutal law. No need for parliament votes, no dramatic speeches. His California zip code did the palace's work for them. It's like velvet gloves around an iron fist. Harry erased, not with a sword, but with a legal technicality. The rise of William and Kate, but don't think this purge is just about cutting Harry out. No. It's also about clearing the stage for the real stars, William and Catherine. While Harry plays polo in California, William and Kate are on center stage. Foreign tours, state functions, glittering photo ops with their children, they're everywhere. They're not just ribbon cutting anymore. They are being carefully crafted into the face of the monarchy's future. Modern, polished, glamorous, yet traditional. And here's the genius. The more William and Kate shine, the more Harry and Meghan fade. The palace doesn't have to attack the Sussexes. They just elevate William and Catherine. Every polished photo of the Wales family makes the Sussexes look like outsiders hawking a brand. The monarchy's most brutal weapon, symbolism. Symbols are everything in monarchy, and Lady C makes it crystal clear. The palace is rewriting history, not with noise, but with absence. Noise. The official royal website? Scrubbed. Harry and Meghan's presence shrinks with every update. Royal perks? Security gone. Public funding gone. Invites missing. State photos? Their faces completely erased. This isn't coincidence. This is strategy. It's not just about family squabbles, it's about global perception. Every omission, every cropped out photo, every missing mention screams the same thing. The monarchy is stable. The monarchy endures. Because if the crown falters in image, it falters in survival. And for Harry and Meghan, that silence, that invisibility, it's not just exile, it's annihilation. Now that we've seen the palace's icy strategy, let's talk about what this means on a personal level for Harry and Meghan. For Harry, it's devastating. Think about it. Once hailed as a brave soldier, a royal heartthrob, the cheeky prince who brought warmth to the monarchy, now he's in limbo. Not quite royal, not quite celebrity, he's stuck in a twilight zone. His entire identity, once rooted in duty and service to the crown, is now reduced to one thing, telling stories about his past. Every interview, every documentary, every page of Spare, it's all leaning on secrets from the very institution that has now quietly erased him. And that's the cruel irony. The more he digs into those royal wounds for content, the further the palace pushes him into irrelevance. Meanwhile, Meghan is charging forward in California. She's building business empires, trademarking ventures, launching lifestyle products, all with the sparkle of her Duchess of Sussex title. But here's the twist. Every time Meghan slaps Duchess on a brand, the palace flinches. To them, it's borrowed prestige. Prestige from a throne she walked away from. And behind all the deals, all the glossy branding, there's the cruelest punishment of all, irrelevance. No royal invites, no official roles, no seat at the table. For a woman who once walked into Windsor Castle and rebranded herself as Duchess of Sussex, this erasure cuts deep. And for Harry, born into 1,000 years of royal history, the silence is worse than disgrace. It's identity death. The method, velvet erasure. What makes this entire saga chilling is the method. The palace isn't issuing dramatic decrees. They're not stripping titles in public or holding parliamentary debates. No, this exile is delivered with velvet gloves. No announcements, no confrontations, just a series of quiet updates, names disappearing from documents, photos quietly erased from archives, invitations conveniently lost in the mail. Harry and Meghan aren't being crushed with noise. They're being erased with silence. And silence, as Lady C reveals, is far more dangerous because you can't fight it. There's no statement to challenge, no headline to rebut, no battle to win, just absence, just invisibility. In a monarchy built entirely on image, invisibility is the harshest punishment of all. The global stage. But this isn't just family business. This is about the monarchy's global brand. Every omission, every digital eraser mark, every empty chair at a state dinner, it's noticed not just by royal fans, but by diplomats, governments, and Commonwealth leaders. Remember, some nations were already questioning the relevance of the monarchy after Harry and Meghan's Oprah revelations painted the palace as cold and cruel. Doubts were creeping in. So what does the palace do? They double down on stability. By erasing Harry and Meghan quietly, they send a signal. We are untouchable. We are unshakable. The crown endures. It's not just survival. It's damage control on a global scale. Harry's cruel irony. And here's the most heartbreaking twist. Harry thought leaving meant freedom. Freedom from the rigid protocols. Freedom from paparazzi. Freedom from the constant shadow of the throne. But instead, leaving meant losing everything. His role, his legacy, his place in history. The boy who once marched proudly in uniform behind his mother's coffin. The man who once vowed to dedicate his life to service has been reduced to a ghost in the very institution that gave him his identity. And Meghan? She dreamed of building an empire, of being more than just a supporting royal wife. But now, every time she leans on her Duchess title, it shines less brightly. The palace has stripped it of meaning, not through confrontation, but through slow, steady irrelevance. The Wales era. While the Sussexes fade, William and Catherine are thriving. Every foreign tour, every ribbon cutting, every carefully staged family photo cements them as the future. They embody everything the palace wants the world to see. Tradition wrapped in modernity, glamour wrapped in grounded duty, family wrapped in stability. This isn't luck, it's design. The palace is deliberately projecting the Wales family as the dynasty of tomorrow, a monarchy without scandal, without instability, without Harry and Meghan, and that contrast grows sharper with each passing day. The final punishment. In the end, Lady C's bombshell isn't about gossip, it's about strategy. The monarchy has chosen survival. It has chosen stability. It has chosen silence. And in doing so, it has chosen to erase Harry and Meghan. Not with public disgrace, not with loud exile, but with something far colder, being forgotten. Because in the royal world, disgrace can be redeemed. Titles can be restored. Public feuds can fade, but to be forgotten, to be written out of history, that is the cruelest fate of all. Harry thought he was walking into freedom. Meghan thought she was walking into empire. But what they've walked into instead is irrelevance. And the monarchy, it marches on untouched, unshaken. The crown survives. Harry and Meghan do not.